like the cooldowns. Zacian is just so strong early. I think this is like completely unexplored territory of the stacking Zacian. So this is the complete tier list. You can tell me if you agree or disagree with it. It's purely based on your ability to secure the farm early. It takes two things into consideration: how good your skills are and how well you can secure it without dying. Because if you just die when you secure something, then there's literally no point getting secure, because you're just handing the experience back to the enemy, and then you're giving them everything else in the lane. So this is my tier list on how I think early secure is. This is probably level 1 to 4, but probably 1 to 3, and then maybe level 4. Level 5 is beyond the scope of early secure, because another Pokemon in lane can be level 7 before you hit your level 5. So for me, early secure is 1 to 4, then hitting your level 5, before anything else. So comparatively, a Lucario versus a Ralts is definitely going to take all the farm. So take this tier list with a little bit of a grain of salt, but this is how I think the early secure looks in Pokemon Unite. So we are doing a tier list. This tier list is based on how good I think Pokemon can secure the farm early game. Early game secure. I've broken them up into 5 categories. So something that just bullies, takes everything, something that's really strong, category where you need to be skilled. So it can work, but you need to be pretty skilled. There's below average, and there's just purely you need it to be uncontested. I think this is really important to kind of understand, because early secure allows you to get a lead in Unite. And if you have followed and watched enough of my videos, you understand my philosophy, which is get ahead, stay ahead. You should be able to win the game if you are ahead in the position at the Rayquaza. If you play smart and you get ahead, you're giving yourself the best chance to win the game. It starts right at the beginning of the match. So I'm going to start with Garchomp. Below average. Garchomp's secure is not very good. Again, this is not a tier list of how good the Pokemon is. This is a tier list of their early secure. Cinderace needs to uncontest it, so that's why you take him into the jungle. Gengar, it's pretty pathetic, honestly. I'd say it just needs to be uncontested. Just because he's so weak, and you need to be able to pivot out and position, and he's got very little mobility for a speedster, which is kind of ironic, but yeah, no. Cramorant will just steal everything. Cramorant is absolutely amazing. Mega strong early. If you've ever versed a Cramorant who knows what he's doing early game, you have experienced how impossible it is to take the farm off a Cramorant, especially if you're using one of these below average Pokemon. So a Cramorant will get ahead, and it will punish you for that. Ninetales has strong secure. Okay, it's not going to steal everything, but it's really strong. It allows you to stand from a position where you're ranged. Icy Wind and Powder Snow are super strong early, especially getting at level 4, because level 4 is still pretty early, so not bad. Wigglytuff, you need to be skilled. Wigglytuff is, it's not too bad, but you absolutely have to be skilled. Machamp is very strong secure. I'm not going to say he takes everything just because of the lack of his... Actually, you know what? He secures... No, I'm keeping him here. Machamp is really strong, right? He's not going to take everything, but it's like... Karate Chop, there's no excuse why you're getting out-secured to the majority of things in this game. Absol... I'm going to put him in you need to be skilled, just because if you overcommit to get the farm, you're probably going to die early in the lane. So I'm going to say you need to be skilled. You can't just waltz on in and think you're all good. Slowbro has really strong secure. Have a look at the damage on Water Gun. Water Gun is really awesome secure. So if you need to be a little bit skilled with it, but it's really strong. So I'm going to take everything, but it is strong. Mr. Mime, Fake Out, and then you get Confusion at level 4. Mr. Mime is freaking awesome, man. I'm a big fan of this Pokemon early. It's a Pokemon with a high skill cap if you're using the barrier build. So I think absolutely strong secure early. Venusaur is below average. As much as I love Venusaur, and Venusaur is in a really awesome spot in the meta right now, in my opinion, that early secure is really not good. You have to be very good getting his boosted auto if it's contested. So, or you just have to be really lucky with your Razor Leaf, because the secure on it is really not that great. Lucario steals everything. Lucario's amazing. I love Lucario. I wish he didn't get nerfed to an absolute pulp, because Pokemon's mega high skill cap, and it is so strong early. Talonflame is really strong secure. Okay, Talonflame Acrobatics, you dive in and you've got enough mobility to go in and out and maneuver around, so really, really strong. Eldegoss, I'm going to say, is probably below average secure, but really good support in a lane. So you're probably not going to be able to outsecure people all too well. However, that boosted auto with the value it does for your laning partner in a lane is really, really nice. Look, I'm going to put Grain in the below average rather than it needs it uncontested, because Bubble's actually not that bad. Like, if you're standing, if the farm is standing between you and your enemy, Bubble's actually not too bad. The only problem with it is going to massive cooldown. So, take it how you wish. I think it's definitely borderline, but use them in the jungle. It's not saying Grain is bad, it's saying Grain secure is not that great. Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock is not actually that bad. The stun that you can do with Rock Slide and then follow up with that little Fury Cutter is actually not too bad, but you need to be skilled and you need to be prepared to take it on. Snorlax is awesome. He'll take everything. Tackle and then a boosted. Like, Snorlax is awesome early. Charizard, absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Needs it uncontested. Pikachu, I'm going to say, is you need a bit of skill because the skills don't do, like his abilities don't really do that much damage. But it's definitely not below average. And then when you get that level 4, if you're using Electro Ball, you've got, the execute damage, which is awesome. Or even just popping a Thunder over the enemy. So really, really nice. Zeraora, you need to be skilled. I'm not going to touch too much on Zeraora because he's in a really tricky spot. I think the Pokemon needs some mild reworking to have a proper conversation about. Gardevoir is... Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's nah. I'm gonna say it needs a nah. That's not true though. No, like if you're Lucario versus Gardevoir, yeah, that's enough said there. Blissy's actually got really strong secure. That pound is freaking awesome. I love it. Blastoise has got strong secure. That's Squirtle early with the Water Gun and then the boosted, and you can use the Water Gun and the Skull Bash, or you can Skull Bash them to stun them and then quickly get the Water Gun off. He's really good. I'm not going to say he takes everything, but he's really good. He's got good mobility. He can get in and out. You can put yourself in a dangerous position and eject Skull Bash out. So I think he's really strong early, and the secure is really good. Mamoswine, pretty strong. You can fire those skills from a distance. They do quite a bit of burst damage, so really good. Sylveon is below average secure. It's not great, however the Pokemon is phenomenal in a lane. Both Hyper Voice right now are strong, and Mystical Fire is just, I still think it's like S+ tier in Solo Q. Really awesome. It's only tricky to use at the Ray fight, but yeah, early lane, as soon as you get Mystical Fire and you're online, it's like you win the lane if you get that before the bees. And especially if you're versing the likes of a Cramorant or Pikachu or Ninetales, like these special hitters, like if they're still level 3 and you're level 4, it's like you're having the best time ever. Greedent's strong. Greedent's pretty good. Tackle does good burst damage. It's dash. It, goes through the enemy and whatever, so it's really nice. Decidueye needs it uncontested. You can say whatever you want about Leafage, but it's just basic autos, and yeah, you can just stand in front of it. Nah, it needs it uncontested. Amazing jungle, but no. Serena's got good secure. I'm not going to say it takes everything, but it's got really, really strong secure. Dratini, absolutely pathetic. I know I'm going to get flamed for this, but I just think Dragonite's so bad. I think it's so bad. It sucks early. Again, it comes to the same point. If I'm a Lucario and you're a Dragonite early, I will win the lane. Okay, and any good player using Cramorant or Lucario or Snorlax or Ninetales, like anything up here versing Dratini early, like if you're skilled and they're skilled, you are going to beat them because your ability to get the early secure and get the XP advantage, like you need a jungler to come in and save the day, or you need your laning partner to do something special for you. So, no, I think it's pretty pathetic. Trevenant is friggin' awesome secure. I'm not going to say it takes everything, but it's borderline taking everything. Trevenant is really good. You Will-O-Wisp, and then you follow it with the Branch Poke, and the burn damage ticks and the Branch Poke burst, especially if you're standing right next to the farm of the Will-O-Wisp. Really, really good. 80 Slash, strong, secure. Shadow Sneak does great. However, you need to know how to use this Pokemon. You can't just dive in. You need to have a good, idea of your boosted autos. You need to know your damage calcs, but yeah, strong, secure early, really good. Same as Hooper. Hooper's got strong, secure. Confusion, you just time it well. Actually, no, you need to be skilled to use Hooper, full stop. Duraludon. So this is where I'm going to get flamed a little bit. Like, is it below average, or is it needs to be uncontested? I'd say it's not as good as Garchomp, and it's not as good as Venu, and I think I'd prefer Bubbles, so I'm going to leave him. Like, until you hit level 5 with Duraludon, you're going to be struggling in lane, so nah. Azzy's interesting because of his ability. You crit if you're 1v1. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty strong. And you've got the dash, and they're not that low cooldown, and then you evolve at level 4. I think it's pretty good. Espeon is in a point right now where Swift is so good. It is got incredible range. If you use Espeon well, you're taking all the farm. Like, and this is what's really broken about Espeon right now, and I think people are just like slowly catching on to it, is that if you can push the enemy farm early from a safe distance and secure it with Swift, and then when you get Psyshock's just a better Swift. So I think it's really good. Delphox isn't you need it uncontested, but it's below average. I've seen Delphoxes do some good things. I've been able to out-secure with Delphox. Not Will-O-Wisp, the other move. I think it's Ember. It does pretty decent burst damage, so you need to time those skills, but it's definitely below average. Glaceon's definitely... where's Sylveon? It's like pretty much right next to Sylveon. It's just same conversation as Sylveon. Buzzwole is a menace. Is it? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's, it doesn't take everything. Buzzwole's really solid early. Probably one of the best early game mons. If you've ever had the pleasure of versing, not the pleasure, if you've ever had the experience of versing a good Buzzwole early, you know how difficult it is. Tyranitar's Bite secure. I think you definitely need to be skilled, but Tyranitar's Bite secure is so awesome. I'm a big fan of it. Mew. Honestly, Mew, if you use it properly, it should be taking everything. If you're using Electro Ball with a boosted, especially through Light Screen, pushing them, I'm not going to stand here and say that I'm able to take all the farm with Mew because I'm not that great of a Mew pilot, but I have seen people stream, like Challenge Person, I think he's still in GZ Challenge, guy from Australia. He's like one of the best Mew players I think I've seen. It's Me Fu on YouTube. He's a really good Mew player. If you watch some of these guys use Mew, you're going to be inspired. Like, their ability to secure stuff with a boosted and Electro Ball early, and then they get online, it's amazing. So, I don't know, maybe I'll find the time to invest in Mew a little more because it's definitely up there. Dodrio is pretty strong. It's just... You need to be skilled, but I actually think it's really strong secure, like, even if you're a bit of a rookie with it. The problem with Dodrio is that you have to play him really well. Scizor and / Scyther. You can't put yourself in a bad position. I'm on the fence. You guys can comment and decide. I don't really know where to put this. I don't really know where to put it. I'd probably put it, you need to be skilled. Clefable's got a move, Disarming Voice, and it's like scary how well it can secure stuff. But it's got a really long cooldown. So you need to be skilled. Like, don't just use it for damage, and you kind of need a laning partner to help you out there. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Zeraorc, I think he's really weak early. It doesn't need it uncontested. Like, he can kind of hold his own, but not against like the likes of a Lucario Snorlax lane. But yeah, I think, he's not pathetic, but yeah. Sableye. Sableye's annoying. Honestly, I'm gonna put, and again, people are going to disagree. Sableye, I don't have a lot of experience using Sableye, but I've never really had a problem out securing a Sableye. Urshifu, honestly, I think it sucks. Like, I don't even think you need to be skilled. Like, if you're up against... Like, I'll get out secured by a water gun. And it's not because... It's because the secure is just not that great early. When you get level 5, different story. But, like, that level 1 to 4 is just so weak. Dragapult is possibly the worst laner in the entire game. I think it's pathetic. Comfey... again, I'm going to leave it in below average, but I just don't have any experience with it. I've actually never used Comfey, and I haven't watched a lot of content on it, so I'm going to leave that where it is. You guys can tell me where you think it should be. That's totally fine. And Zacian, like the cooldowns, Zacian is just so strong early. I think this is like completely unexplored territory of the stacking Zacian. Is really broken. I think even still, like early game, if you get ahead, yeah, I think is really, really strong. Now, I have a feeling I'm missing a Pokemon on this list. So if you can spot it, I, for the life of me, cannot figure it out. Please comment and tell me what it is.